Good morning, everyone. I'm your host, Suchi, and welcome to AI Minute Mondays. Our topic for today is something that's deeply personal to each and every one of us: feeling beautiful and how AI based apps can have an impact and are transforming the space. Whether it's getting ready for a special business event or just feeling a little more polished on a Monday morning, feeling beautiful and feeling getting that perfect look is something that's important to each and every one of us. And now, thanks to AI reaching us through our camera and phones and apps, we are much more closer to having that level of personalized beauty guidance. I'm joined today by Arielle, who's a founder who's building exactly that, an app that uses your camera and AI to coach you in your makeup application step by step. Now, Arielle, thank you for joining us on the show. So happy to have you here. And for the sake of our viewers, can you share a little bit about your background and your company?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Suchi. So, I'm Arielle, the founder of iYOUnic, and the name really says it all. You are unique, and your beauty experience should reflect that. So, I've been working in tech for over 10 years as a product manager, previously at Microsoft, Amazon, and had a R&D project partnership with Boeing as well back then. It was a fun ride, right? But I think it's time to change it up a bit from big corp to work on something more personal to me. And I started iYOUnic because I just kept running into the same frustration, and I really don't think it's just me. Where for everyone, for anyone that wants to look better using makeup, right? What do you do nowadays? You go to YouTube, you go to Instagram, you watch tutorials, you buy the recommended products, you follow every single step, and just somehow in the end, the result is not what you imagined. It's just not the same. And I don't think it's a product issue alone or a skill gap, right? It's a combination of things, because we all have different face shapes, we have skin tones different, we have different facial features, and all compared to that very person that created that YouTube tutorial. Following their guidance will basically turn you into someone you're not. So I set out to build something very different, an app that meets where you are, works with your specific features, and actually coaches you to the result you're satisfied with. So something complements on who you are and how you look.
Thank you, Ariel, for sharing that. So, can you elaborate a little bit more on what your app does? Like you mentioned that this is not like a standard YouTube makeup tutorial, right? So, how is your app different, and what does it kind of do from a personalization standpoint? How does it help me as an end user if I wanted to get a particular look?
Yeah. So the biggest difference I would say is the YouTube tutorial is built for one person, one face, right? The person that recording the content. And it's a very classic, the one size fits all experience delivered to millions of very different faces. And we've all felt that disconnect. It's just not working. So iYOUnic flips that entirely. So instead of you adapting to the content, our guidance will adapt to you using your front camera, right, in the selfie mode, that our AI maps your unique visual features and all, your eye shape, your face shape, your skin tone, bone structure even, and then deliver step-by-step guidance that's tailored for you and specific to what you look like in real life. So think of that like the difference between watch Bob Ross creating his heart on TV, following through, versus actually having him in the room as your personal trainer behind you, watching every step that you do and correcting it as you go. So the tech behind it, right, combines like obviously computer vision, visual landmark detection, and personalization algorithm. So all that combined together, the experience for users just smooth. It's like having a very knowledgeable beauty assistant available anytime, whenever you need her.
Oh, that sounds so amazing, Ariel. So this is taking the power of AI and using it for beauty and helping you get that personalized guidance. And like you said, are unique, right? So every person
Yeah.
is unique, and you're bringing out that uniqueness. So now my question is, most AI models, they are built on training data sets, and those training data sets exclude a lot of different types of users, right? So, how does your app deal with that? For example, the different skin tones, right? You have people across the globe, each one of them has a very different skin tone, and how that particular makeup technique appears on your skin tone is going to be different. And like you mentioned, even the facial structures, everything is very different. So does your AI model, how have you trained it to kind of effectively include all these different users who would be very, very unique?
Yeah, that's honestly the question I care about most, right? Because it's the reason iYOUnic exists in the first place. Because a lot of other um, AI beauty tools out there, they're built on data sets that over represent a very narrow slice of the like a human race, like just say lighter skin tones or Eurocentric features or Western beauty standards. And
Yeah.
when the training model is limited, then experience is definitely limited as well for everyone outside of that window, which is not fair and not convenient for the users that don't look like the
Yeah.
mainstream right now. So for day one, that we've been intentional about that, right? Like building the exclusivity into the architecture. So not as an afterthought. It's
Hmm.
not just a marketing message, but as a core design principle. So that means training on diverse data sets from beginning, partnering with makeup artists and then beauty, those beauty influencers, the content creators across a very wide range of backgrounds and beauty traditions, and consistently testing across different skin tones and facial structures. That's very, very important. That's a core and beyond just the technology. So we're very mindful of that as a philosophy because iYOUnic is not here to tell you what beauty should look like. We're basically here to um, execute the look you want, any look you want. So the goal is very different. It's never conformity. It's confidence. We try to bridge that. You feel like, oh, beauty is not me. I've tried. I've burned, and maybe this is how I born look like. That's it. I stuck with it. I think we wouldn't want to change that because we think otherwise. I think beauty is everybody's there's different cup of tea and everybody deserves to look confident and they feel great about themselves. So that is the confidence which really trying to bring to the light and the version of beauty and deliver with precision is iYOUnic's goal.
Thank you, Ariel, for putting it so well. And it's amazing to hear that your product is focusing on everyone, not just the Western population or a subsegment, which a lot of AI products do, but basically you are building it with everyone in mind. You're partnering so that you have enough of the data which is available for different face structures, different skin tones, and that's great to know. So that it could actually make sense and make be relevant to just about everybody and help them feel their personal best. But lastly, I have one question before we close the show, which is about the privacy angle. Now, while we use all of these AI apps, we are using them, we are enabling the camera, we are bringing them into our world. So, how do we protect ourselves from a privacy standpoint? How do you think iYOUnic is built from a privacy perspective to ensure that while we leverage these features, we are not unnecessarily invading the privacy of the users?
Yeah, I think that is extremely important question, right? Like I think every single user should absolutely ask that before they even grant any app, for the camera access. And at iYOUnic, privacy is non-negotiable. Like we're very transparent about exactly what we collect and collect the data and why we use that upfront. Here's the because it looks like in practice would be we collect and then store only what's necessary to personalize their experience. Things like, your skin tone preference and your beauty standard, your past looks, your bare face, if you feel comfortable. Therefore, we have a baseline, then we can build upon what you might look better for you because of your unique look. We do not sell your data. We don't share it with third parties. We just use bare minimum for that feature to work, right? So you always have the ability to delete it later if you want. Personalization requires some data, so we gather only that. But how we handle the data is where our commitment very solid. We're not just store and then overuse it. So I feel like my advice for anyone even using any AI beauty apps, not just iYOUnic, just for access to your camera, right? I feel like just ask three questions up front. Does it process on device or in the cloud, right? Does it store your images and how does it have a clear readable principle or privacy policy, right? Even if an app can't answer those questions, I think that's your answer. You just don't grant access. So you should never have to choose between feeling beautiful, feeling, pretty, feeling awesome versus feeling safe. So with iYOUnic, I think you don't have to. That's
Thank
the
you.
promise there.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for sharing that. And for all of our viewers, just like Ariel said, whenever you use any app, always check whether those three questions are answered. Where's your data? How's the app working? And how safe are you using that particular app? So always keep in mind, always ensure that when you're using an app, you have the data privacy in mind and go with apps that plan and build around data privacy and are transparent about what data they are collecting. So thank you so much, Ariel. Great to have you here on the show and
No problem.
hear about how you're using AI to transform the beauty space. Wishing you and iYOUnic lots of success on the road ahead. And for our viewers, we'll share a link to iYOUnic if you want to register and try it out. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sachi.